Hello Taverners, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We've got a big game. Netherlands versus Sweden. Oranje against Blagult. Ronald Koeman's Netherlands against Graham Potter's. Two former Premier League managers. Graham Potter's Sweden. And we're looking at, maybe on paper, could it be the best front two in the entire tournament? ISAK and Gyökeres. Two very, very dangerous looking, scariest strike force. Maybe the scariest strike force in the tournament anyway. The Dutch have got a lot of Premier League names in there. Van Dijk, GAKPO. Memphis Depay, people will remember from his time at Manchester United. Van Hecker, who's just joined Spurs. Van der Ven, who's already at Spurs and is being linked with Liverpool and Barcelona. But yeah, should be a really, really interesting one. Can't really call it, I've got to be honest. I've gone for both teams to score, Sweden or draw. But I don't know. I can't quite make my mind up because I look at the Netherlands' first performance against Japan. It wasn't brilliant. The Swedes were unbelievable, imperious. Admittedly, it was against Tunisia, who then sacked their manager. So you're not really quite sure where you sit with these two teams. But the lineup certainly suggests this will be a very good game. So hopefully we get a really good one. And straight after this, we've got Germany, Ivory Coast. So another Liverpool-led stream, that one, with Wirtz and Jan Diamand on display. So looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this one. What are your predictions? What's your take on these two? How far could they go in the tournament? I think you'd reasonably expect that both of these would make at least the knockout round. With Tunisia probably almost certainly struggling to qualify at this point. So you would imagine that these two will be in the knockout rounds. Who they play, who knows? But listen, I'm intrigued by your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. And before we get stuck into the game, as always, do want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, the Matchday Tavern sponsors, Oxford Naturals. Oxford Naturals Optimum Day and Night Supplements, which are helping people like Robbie at AFTV, people like Michael Owen, people like KG, and various others in the football world shift the pounds ahead of the summer. If you're looking to make a positive change with your health, if you're looking to get supplements that will help you with things like your cravings, things like your sleep, things like your digestion, things like your energy, just making sure that you've got the necessary vitamins and tools and supplements to be able to be the best version of yourself that you possibly can be, then go and check them out. Oxford Natural are helping a lot of people get great results, as you're seeing on the right hand side here. Shift some pounds and get healthier, make better choices. I'm certainly looking to do that, and I'm on that journey myself. If you want to join me, go and check out Oxford Natural. The link is in the description. The QR code is on screen throughout the live. You can scan that. You can go and check it out. And you can get 70% off your first order with code KEY70. Go and check them out. Go and show them some love. And big thank you, as always, to Oxford Naturals. With that said, let's get stuck into today's live, which I'm really looking forward to. I was gutted we missed the Brazil game last night. 3-0. Good. I mean, I was surprised by the Turkey-Paraguay result, by the way. What happened there? How funny was it, by the way? How funny was it that Almiron got sent off? It's the first time it's happened, I think, since the Prestiani incident. Prestiani against Vinicius Jr. when he covered his mouth and said whatever he said. What he's alleged to have said. He covered his mouth and he got punished post-game. They subsequently brought in, didn't they, that there's going to be, if you cover your mouth and you speak, you're going to get a red card. And they gave Almiron a red card immediately for doing that. Which, I mean, what do we make of that? Is that the right thing to be doing? I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like they've brought that in and they have to stick with it now. So they've let people know that this is what we're going to do. If you cover your mouth and you try and say something you shouldn't be saying, then fair enough. But again, I don't know. People say what they're going to say. Almiron said whatever he said. he got a red card for it. It didn't end up affecting the result anyway because Paraguay beat Turkey. Even with a man light. Is it Michael Oliver, the referee, today? Let's go through the lineups anyway. Quickly before we get stuck into the live, let's go through the lineups. We've got 4 minutes to kick off. So let's get stuck in very quickly to the lineups for both teams. Yep. Premier League's Michael Oliver is today's ref. Let's have a little check on the team news for this one. So, for the Dutch, it is Verbruggen. Bart Verbruggen in goal. Brighton's Bart Verbruggen. Right back is new Real Madrid signing Denzel Dumfries. Virgil van Dijk, Van Hecker and Van de Ven complete the back four. In midfield, it's Manchester City's Tijani Reinders, Frenkie de Jong and Liverpool's Ryan Gravenberch. And then it's a front three of Donyell Marlon, Cody Gakpo and Sunderland centre-forward Brian Brobby. Had a good season last year for Sunderland. Brian Brobby starts up front. For Sweden, it's Christopher Nordfeldt in goal. Formerly of Swansea City, Nordfeldt. Now spends the latter part of his career playing for ISAK Stockholm in Sweden. Back three of Lindelof, Lagerbielke and Isaac Hien, who plays for Atalanta. In front of them is Jesper Karlström. Goodmanson of Leeds, Bernhardsson on the other side. They're the two wing-backs for Sweden. In midfield, they've gone with Benjamin Nygren of Celtic, Yassin Ayari of Brighton, who's a really, really talented up-and-coming player. He scored 2 against Tunisia and created 1. Very, very good player. Like him a lot. And then the front two there, the dangerous front two, Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres. That boy Johnny, I was getting stick by my mates about Paraguay winning that last game last night. Ethan, good to see you. Who are we missing? Sorry, Aftab, good to see you. I don't even know. 3-star. Sura. Jellyfish. Who else have we got in tonight? City of Northville, good to see you, mate, as always. Oh, you're still struggling with your headaches, mate? Yeah, definitely go and get that looked at. If you're still getting headaches, absolutely go and over-the-counter medication can only appease it so much. Make sure you go and get it looked at and get yourself checked out, definitely. Hiller says he's going for a narrow Sweden win today. We Scandinavians have got to stick together. Finners Matty, good to see you, lad. Ibra, Chimey, great to see you. Good afternoon, good evening all. How'd you like Cunha, Key? It was a good finish. I'll give him the second one. The second was a very good finish. I don't think the first one was his, if I'm dead honest. But the first goal was, yeah, it was a good finish. Nabui, shot out, bro. How's it going? Very good, mate. How are you? 3-star. Lovely to see you. What about menopause, Key? What about menopause? What about menopause? Have I stumbled onto something here? Oh, are we on about Oxford Natural? Sorry. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they do have stuff for that. Watership Alan, I need to be less fat. Closer to 40 I get, the less interest I have in not being fat. Mate, I'm the same. I'm the same. And the more married I get, the less interested I am in not being fat. You know. But I do want to try and make some more positive changes, genuinely. And this is one way of doing it. So, there you go. What was that? Never want to hear the word Turkey will be dark horses ever again. I'm going 2-1 Sweden, says that boy Johnny. Saf's a score prediction. I think the Swedes can get a result here. I'm going to go 1-1 or 2-2. City of Northville, it's so dystopian, red card so your lips can be read to stop you from ever possibly saying a hurtful word. It's Orwellian. How about we just steel ourselves against words like adults instead of finding new ways to stop them? I'll level with you, mate. That's exactly where I come on that side of that argument as well. I think hurty words. You know, you've got to condition people to... We've got to condition ourselves. We've got to condition our kids. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And it really is... It's very true. It's Very true. You've got to develop some sort of a thick skin, and recognise why herds might hurt. Herds might hurt. Jesus Christ, Key. Words might hurt. If words hurt, maybe it's coming from someone that you care about their opinion. Maybe you shouldn't care about their opinion. If someone's saying hurty words to you, then generally they don't really value your opinion. 7-1 is mad. Who's gone 7-1? Oh, Josh. Teaching Tony, good to tell you, man. Just wanted to tell you you're on the front page. Oh, mate, I'm on your front page. Good, I like that. We already know we got Dutch money line, baby. I agree, Key. I regret not playing the draw. Oh, sorry. Yes, I need to start the chat. Apologies, folks. There you go. Chat's on now. Ollie Marley, I could see Sweden getting something here. I think it's nearly twos. Nearly twos for Sweden to get something, and both teams. In fact, it was over twos. Might be 2.5. I think it's 2.5 for Sweden to get at least a draw. Sweden or draw, both teams to score, was like nearly 2.5 to 1. Good flick on from ISAK. Gyökeres is going to be offside there. Perpetually offside, that fella. Herds might be words. Words hurt and defend, Key. I know, but again, offence is taken. I mean, just because... What's the old adage? Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. You know? I don't think you should go around seeking to offend, of course. You should do your best to try and not offend, but, you know, sometimes people are offended. Especially when you're talking about important things. I think if you're talking about things that might divide opinion, you know, any important subject in society, or even any important subject in football, you're going to have people who agree and some people who disagree. And people will be offended if you're disagreeing with them. Herds might wort is basically a Dutch sentence. You're just too cultured to be contained, Key. Everyone in the league is going to become accomplished ventriloquists. No one's going to stop throwing insults on the pitch. Exactly. And to be honest, we celebrate, don't we? We celebrate in football people who riled up the opposition. We celebrate people like Roy Keane, Vinnie Jones, for example. Vinnie Jones used to grab people's nuts on corners. Can you imagine? There would be a full-on... I think he'd be probably prosecuted for sexual assault and all sorts nowadays, which, I mean, it is, ultimately, isn't it? There's a very famous picture of Vinnie Jones grabbing hold of Gazza's nuts on a corner, and Gazza's like, it happened. It happened. Now, that's not to say it was right that it happened, but my God, I'm saying we celebrate people who did that before. It's a big shift. Dirty Leeds, evening, Key. How you doing, mate? I'm good, man. How are you? Very good. The culture says you can't disagree anymore without being racist, homophobic, or misogynist. Do you know what? Just disagreeing. Just disagreeing. I think that's something I'd love to teach more kids in school. I'd love them to. I mean, I think it's something parents, us as parents, have got to teach our kids better on that stuff. If someone disagrees with you, that's okay. Ball in, must be 1-0, it is 1-0, it's Brian Brobby, 5 minutes in, the Dutch are in front. It's GAKPO, is it GAKPO who's crossed it in? Unbelievable. Cody GAKPO with the assist, Brian Brobby with the goal, 1-0. Boom, get in there. Excellent start. Cody GAKPO down the left, crosses it in. Sunderland's European centre-forward, Brian Brobby, puts it in the net. Disappointing start for the Swedes. Graham Potter will have to possibly change something up here very early on. A lovely ball over the top. Brobby does wonderfully well. This is what he's done so well for Sunderland all season. Holds the ball up, spins it off. GAKPO, what a cross that is. Brobby flying into the 6-yard box. That is unbelievable centre-forward play, that. Really good ball from Cody GAKPO as well. I'm not just saying because he's a Liverpool player and all that. Unbelievable play from GAKPO. What a ball, what a cross. But Brobby, that is incredible. That is exactly what you want from a centre-forward. Back to the defender. Ball comes down. Lovely little cushion off. And then immediately, as soon as he hands the ball off, spins straight towards the 6-yard box. It's exactly what you want from a centre-forward. And Cody Gakpo finds him. Wonderful, wonderful goal. Dirty Leeds, did you stay up for both matches through the night? I stayed up for Brazil, and I caught the first, like, half an hour of Turkey and Paraguay, and I was just going like that. So at that point, I stopped. Gyökeres, strike! Oh, corner kick, unlucky. There you go. Booyah! We're starting. Now we've started. Now we've started. Told you this was going to be a good game. Going to be goals in this. Sweden are wide open. And listen, you've got to say, with ISAK and Gyökeres at the other end, the Swedes will get chances as well. Finners Matty, what's your thoughts on if you get the same points as another team, head-to-head, separate it? No, I agree. I think that's the best way. Here's ISAK. No, I think it was offside on the left-hand side before it even got to ISAK. Ivory Coast, Germany will be some game as well. Yeah. I think tonight's probably the best game week, the best day, not game week, the best day, match day, that we've had at the World Cup. I actually think Ecuador versus Curaçao at 1 a.m. is going to be a great game as well, because Ecuador were fantastic against the Ivory Coast, and they got beat in the last minute. Curaçao obviously got smashed by Germany, but I'm intrigued to see how Ecuador go about it, because that was the one big thing with Ecuador. Defensively brilliant, midfield really controlled. Caicedo did a great job. Just the attack, they haven't really got an attack, Ecuador, and they're going to have to find a way of breaking down Curaçao, because they're not going to be. They're going to have to take a lot more risk, maybe. Do you think Germany will win against or Ivory Coast? I do, yes. I do think the Germans will win. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was both teams to score. I think the Ivory Coast will make a game of it. They've got enough players there. They've got, you've got Diamand on the right-hand side. You've got Amad Diallo. You've got Bazumana Toure on the left. There's real quality through that side. The big problem for the Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, the Elephants, the big worry for them is they just haven't got the midfield. Seko Fofana in midfield is an absolute disaster. He's... Netherlands are in again here. They're in again. Lovely ball. Sweden clear it away. Oh, could have been 2. Who's leading that forward line? Valencia. Yeah, Enner Valencia. Nearly 37. 37, still playing. Former Everton centre-forward. Former West Ham centre-forward. City of Northville, another crisp pitch. Does look very nice, doesn't it? Doesn't look like America, that. That could be, if you was to look at that stadium, that could be any stadium in Europe at all. That could be Hertha Berlin. That could be somewhere in Germany. It's a great turn. Excellent defending from here and that one. 3-star, I agree on plenty of goals in this game. Let's hope the 2 advert breaks don't take the sting out of it. And that's the worry. That's what we've seen all tournaments, isn't it? As soon as we get to those first hydration breaks sponsored by Powerade, we'll start to see the game shift again. Yeah. Do you think we need another attacker? And if so, I hear a player called Pat. Pat. I think, yeah, we do probably need another centre-forward, but I imagine it's going to be just Cody Gakpo. I think Cody Gakpo probably just stays at Liverpool. Bit mad they haven't produced an alternative striker. Well, I mean, they do have an alternative striker. He's just not very good. And Enner Valencia has got the experience. Far post, good header, straight through to the keeper. It's another shot on target though. This is good. Yeah, they've got Enner Valencia. And they occasionally start with Gonzalo Plata as well, starting at centre forward. He plays sometimes off the left. He's plays for Flamengo. think he did play in Europe. Did he play for Vallecano, Rayo Vallecano at one point? Or Valladolid? It was Valladolid, wasn't it? It's another corner. Here we go. Another corner for the Dutch. I think GAKPO lacks the pace to be a top Prem player. Mate, I really like GAKPO. I really, really want him to do well because I think he reads the game so well. He can finish, but I don't know if he's... I honestly don't know if he's a left winger. I think he's... I mean, that was a great ball. He gets the assist here within 5 minutes, but I really think we can play him at centre forward, and I just think he's a good squad player for Liverpool next season. I don't necessarily think he needs to be world class and a world class starter and all that. I don't think he needs to be. I'm quite happy with him just as a player who starts some games and comes off the bench in others. Maybe a little bit like Trossard, like Havertz for Arsenal. You know, not always there, but can contribute when we need him. And you need those players if you have any ambition of winning things, don't you? GAKPO there. That's a very poor cross. Just as I'm about to pay him a compliment. The Dutch have had plenty of Powerade, it looks like. Much more energy. City of Northville says they probably drink some kind of fish syrup instead of Powerade. Fish syrup? Did the Dutch eat a lot of fish? What's the Dutch's national dish? Oh, raw herring. Oh, God. Okay, I tell a lie. Raw herring swallowed whole with onions. Oh. How did I not know that? That's not even a national dish, that. National dish is raw herring. That's not a national dish. That's just like saying, what's your national dish? Carrots. Just raw carrots. It's crazy. They also have stroopwafels and stampot. Stampot is mash with kale and smoked sausage. See, I prefer that. I could have some stampot. Could definitely have some mash and smoked sausage with a bit of kale. But I'm absolutely swerving the smoked herring. It's not even smoked, it's raw, isn't it? Raw herring. Does that mean it's still alive? Good grief. I was saying to another Liverpool fan on YouTube last night that we keep GAKPO for now as backup striker until Ekatike comes back. And then in January reconsider his future. The thing is, why would you want to... If Cody Gakpo's not a starter for Liverpool, and he isn't a starter for Liverpool, then why would you want to upgrade on him? Who do you think we realistically upgrade Cody Gakpo with? Give me a serious name, right? Give me a serious name that Liverpool could sell Cody Gakpo, go and get a replacement, and he would be better than Cody Gakpo. Bearing in mind he's not a starter. You can't find me one. There isn't one. I'm telling you. I'm that convinced that Cody Gakpo is a reliable Premier League player that you want coming off the bench. He doesn't need to be a starter. He isn't a starter. So go on. Who are you going to get that's an experienced player, that's won titles with us, that's played at the highest level, that's scored big goals? Who's better than Cody Gakpo for us? Yeah, Diamand isn't a backup, is he? Diamand would be signed for 100 million, mate. He would be a starter. Chimey says Brobby was better at Ajax. I think he should have gone to Dortmund. Shahid, Key, did you relax and have a nice rest? To some degree, yeah. It was boiling hot. Couldn't really sleep last night. Good evening, Gabriel. How's it going? Or Gabriel, sorry. Apologies if I said it wrong. Pete, I meant Pardo, not Pat. My phone acting up, Key. Who's Pardo? I heard about the Lille winger. Not a centre forward, him. Johnny, a few seasons ago there was a shortage of right-sided players and now it's the other way around. Yeah, there's not really any on the left. Kvaratskhelia, Yildiz, yeah, again, neither of them would be signed as backups, would they? If you're signing Yildiz, oh, that's a big chance, and it's there. It's 2. It's 2. And it's Brobby again. Dumfries with the cross. Brobby with the touch. 2-0 the Netherlands. 16 minutes in. This is a walk in the park. This is a walk in the park here. Absolutely wonderful goal. Brobby with his second. The Swedes have got it all to do. And I stupidly had Sweden or draw. It's a great cross in again. Does it get a bit of a deflection, this? He's onside, Dumfries. There's no question about that. Plays the ball in. Brobby's onside. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great finish, that. It's a great finish. Really, really good goal. Just gets a touch on it. Fabulous cross from Dumfries. Brobby with a toe on the end. No chance for Nordveld. It's there. Double Dutch. The double Dutch bus. That's the one. Nathan says, can see this being 5 or 6 at the minute. Wouldn't be far wrong, would you, to be honest? Are you watching Japan tomorrow? I don't know. I've no idea what the games are tomorrow. No, definitely not. Japan's 5 a.m. Not watching Japan at 5 a.m. Swerve that. I'll do Spain, Saudi Arabia at 5. Belgium, Iran at 8. And I might do Uruguay, Cape Verde at 11. Possibly. I don't know. I'll see. Finners Matty, there is no one, but would you keep him when we have Rio and Munoz as our left wingers and ISAK and Ekatike as our striker? Well, look at the right side. Who have you got on the right side? Salah and Chiesa have gone. Let's say Diamand comes in. GAKPO can play right side as well. As can Munoz, as can Rio. So if you was, as can Jan Diamand. So let's say you've got a world where you've got Diamand, GAKPO, Rio, and Munoz. You've got 4 wingers, all of whom can play either side. That's a good position for Liverpool to be in. And then yeah, ISAK and Ekatike. Plus Munoz and GAKPO can both play centrally. They've both played through the middle at different points. So I would say that's a good option for us. City Ufu, can't wait for Ecuador, Curacao tomorrow. Yeah, it's a 1 a.m. kickoff, that one, isn't it, tonight? The Dutch are mashing the Swedes. 3 stars says I can see the offers going into Sunderland in this window for this guy. And Adam says Sweden potato is the Swedish national dish. The Swedish national dish is köttbullar, which is, I don't know why I said it like that, but it's meatballs with cream sauce, lingonberry, jam and mash. I don't even know what lingonberry is. It's basically the IKEA ones, I think, but the real version. Adam says, did we expect anything else from a Harry Potter team? Oh, come on. Don't be digging out Graham Potter. He's a good lad. But the Dutch have started well. Certainly a lot better than they started against Japan. Question now is, can the Swedes get some sort of a foothold in this game so they can get Gyökeres and ISAK in the game a little bit more? This World Cup is killing me. I'm on so little sleep. I feel like I'm dreaming when I'm awake. Do you know what? I woke up today at about 1 o'clock and I felt like I'd not slept. I'd been up since about, what time did I go to bed? About 5. About 5, and I woke up just before 1. Oh, grim. But I feel like I've not had any sleep. Teaching Tony, if your 2-2 prediction comes true, Key, I'm sending you $5 American dollars. Oh, you don't have to send me anything, man. Put it on the next one. Put the next money line on for me. Do that instead. Swedish dish is cockballer. Did I hear that wrong, Key? You did. Kott. K-O-T-T. Bullar. B-U-L-L-A-R. Köttbullar. It's meatballs with cream sauce. I've never had the IKEA ones, so I don't know what the real ones will be like. But yeah, we can have a chat about the Dutch. They were unbeaten in the qualifying. They got to the World Cup by beating Lithuania 4-0. beating Poland to the punch. Three finals for the Dutch, 0 trophies, the greatest nation to never win it, some would argue. 3 World Cup finals. The 2010 final run split the country. They wanted to win, but they also want to make art. Cruyff's shadow never leaves the Dutch. They don't just want to win, it's how you win. That's a big culture of the Dutch. I know that, to be fair, because there was a guy I used to work with who was Dutch, and he used to say the same thing. It's pointless winning if you win playing garbage football. I haven't kept in touch with him, to be honest, because he moved back to Den Haag. Nice fella, really nice fella. But I dread to think what he would think of Arsenal these days, because he was a big Arsenal fan as well. But he always used to say, and it's a big thing in the Dutch culture, according to him, and according to my research as well, and it's about art, it's about how you play. You know, the shadow of Johan Cruyff and playing with a style. Aura. First hydration break here. K-Diaries, Netherlands are running riot tonight. City of Northville, I'm cramming work in the day, getting in a nap where I can, then watching all but the worst matches. See, for me, the rule I have is that if it's like an early morning one, like a 3 or a 4 or a 2 a.m. or whatever, it's got to be really good. It's got to be worth it. I've got to look at it and think, that's going to be a great game. If it's that, I'll get up for it. The Jimmy White of football. Sweden are very flat-packed. Johnny says, feeling like you haven't slept is exactly how I feel when I wake up to watch Prem games. Johnny, you're committed, mate. If this is your life watching Prem games, then you're a far better man than I. Because I'm delighted. I will be delighted when this World Cup is over from a health perspective, because I'll just enjoy getting back to some normal sleep. In fairness, we can do that from about the 10th of July. We've actually only got maybe another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. About 3 weeks left of this odd time thing. I mean, we're only 9 days in, aren't we? Jesus Christ, we're only 9 days into the tournament. We've got about another 3 weeks left where there's maybe early kickoffs. Oh, hey, Ronald Koeman's giving it the old Tony Adams. He's giving it the old Donald Trump style dancing. It's just the group stage that really gets you bad. It's not, though. It's not, because the knockout rounds have early mornings as well. And if anything, they're the ones you're going to want to get up for, aren't they? If there's a knockout game that kicks off at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., you can turn your nose up at a group stage game between like Canada and Qatar at 3 a.m. You can turn your nose up at that and go, yeah, fair enough. Egypt against Iran at 4 a.m. Fine, yeah, we'll swerve that. I'm not that bothered about Egypt, Iran, 4 a.m. but when it's like Germany against the Netherlands at 3 a.m, you got to get up for that. Hey, Monty Suts, long time no see. Hope the little one's feeling better. She is, mate. Yeah, she had chicken pox, but she is a little bit better now. Thank you. That Turkey Paraguay was one I thought would be shit, but no, watching them desperate for 45 mins and failing was so fun. Funny enough, there's only been maybe 2 or 3 games that haven't been worth it. I mean, to be honest, the ones that I would say haven't been worth it so far at this tournament have been the ones that were in normal, quote-unquote, normal sleeping hours. So, like, I mean, Scotland-Haiti, I watched. I didn't stream, I watched. That was a boring game. Belgium-Egypt was normal time. That was boring. Saudi Arabia-Uruguay wasn't great. Ghana-Panama was dreadful. Switzerland-Bosnia finished 4-1, but it was like 0-0 without a shot on target after 60 minutes, I think. City of Northville, I've got them all recording so I can catch the ones I missed during the break, but it's not sustainable. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. Especially when you're trying to work as well, as you are, in the midst of all that. And doing favours for me. That sounded awful. I didn't mean favours. Haiti played well so far compared to expectations. They did give a good account of themselves against Brazil last night, I thought, yeah. Canada-Qatar had the makings of a bad one, but no, very entertaining. That going to be a goal kick? Yeah, goal kick here for the Dutch. Michael Oliver's just having a quick word with Lindelof. Looks like he's been caught in the head, but he's okay. How's it going, Timbo? Mexico v Korea. Yeah, do you know what, Aftab? Yeah, I would say that. I would agree with that. That's probably the most boring game of the tournament so far would be Mexico versus South Korea. And that was a 2 a.m. kickoff as well, wasn't it? We got up for that one. Can't get that bone snap out of my head. Yeah, poor fella. I still haven't seen that. Thank God. I have no desire to go and watch it. Some of these low-ranking countries have good players because players can choose who they represent, and most are going back to their roots or because they can't get in the squad of where they were, of where they were actually born. Yeah, diaspora projects. Now, Sweden come out at the other end. It's a terrible pass. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Ronald Koeman as well, by the way, is under a lot of pressure coming into this tournament. Not just because of the fact that they don't tend to play the Dutch way, but he also made some really, really big calls to drop some incredibly talented young Dutch players. It's a great play by ISAK. Here's Gyökeres. He's got to find ISAK, and he makes a terrible ball. Oh, come on, unlucky. That was a good bit of play that between ISAK and Gyökeres. And Ayari just couldn't bring it into his feet. Should he have just gone for that first time? Probably should have just headed that, shouldn't he? Or at least maybe tried a Di Canio or something. Kingsloth, what score is it? The score is Netherlands 2, Sweden 0. I've just learnt Yamal is Moroccan. If they had him, they genuinely would have had a chance of winning it. They should bring a rule in. They should bring that rule in, I think, and just have it. That's it now. If you're born in that country, that's your country. Sorry, that's the rule now. That's the rule. There's no argument. Wherever you're born, that's where you're playing. Don't like it, and if you're not good enough to make it for that country, unlucky. No World Cup for you. Matthew Charters, how do you think Netherlands will do in this competition? I mean, they were my dark horse. They were 20-1 outsiders for the tournament to win overall. 20s is decent. Here's Gyökeres. Far post. Dreadful. Dreadful. Got to do better, the Swedes here. Agreed. Manager from the nation, no expats. That's it. Yeah, manager from the country, players from the country, coaches and doctors and everything from that country. Our best against their best. That's it. No allowances, nothing. That's it. Terrible strike, and it goes out for a goal kick. Brian Hendricks, how are you doing, sir? Oliver, we need to drop Pickford next match. John Stones was rubbish as well. Oh, God. Timbo, what if your parents are on holiday in the Bahamas and give birth to you there? Well, unlucky then. You better hope the Bahamas have got a good football team. Or, hope that your mother it doesn't go into early labour. As a general rule, if you think you're going to give birth, maybe they should just enshrine this in law in the UK and around the world. If you're heavily pregnant and you think you're going to give birth to a top footballer, don't go on holiday. Or, or do go on holiday if you're. I mean, you just have a fleet of expectant mothers, wouldn't you? Going from like Wales to Brazil. Brazil would have a generation of Griffs and Reeses and Joneses. Ewan up front for Brazil. Key's first rule as a Prime Minister. I'm telling you, that'd be it. That'd be it. Our best against their best. Make the World Cups about what it is. Key, will you do the Spain v Saudi game? Yep, Spain, Saudi, I'm doing tomorrow. Ricky, and they'd all be terrible. Depends, doesn't it? I mean, you know, maybe if they were born in Brazil, they'd get a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe the Brazilian soil, just being born on Brazilian soil, gives you some sort of samba roots. Sarah, you're not meant to travel after 7 months. This is it. Well, then I don't know. I mean, so Balogun is a prime example of that. Wasn't he born in the US because his mother couldn't get a flight back? Her visa was cancelled or her visa was delayed or something like that. His whole family was UK, but his mum was in the US, and because something with her visa, she ended up. Oh, Gyökeres, big chance. Fucking hell. Oh, Kingsloth says that'll probably be the only time Brazil don't make the World Cup. The most Welsh Brazil side. Key, what about having a list of managers that want the job to be voted by the public? So any issues, we voted for it. I mean, to be honest, Adam, that doesn't tend to work with government, does it? Like, there's no. Well, we did vote for him, so therefore we can't really have a pop at him. Or her. You know, I don't think Theresa May and Boris and David Cameron, Blair, the fella who's in at the minute, They all got voted in. Don't think that makes them in any way immune to criticism. Timbo says England's back four are all great players, but there's not a proper leader and organiser amongst them. If you put a Terry or even a Carragher in that back line, I'd back us to win the tournament. Hey, less of the even. Even a Carragher. Disrespectful little book. Ben says, looks like good old-fashioned counter-attack football is winning this tournament. All the possession teams are struggling. Dutch down the left-hand side this time. 35 on the clock. Hydration break did take the sting out of it a little bit. Charming, I thought Balogun was French. No, he's playing in France, but he's very much English/US. Adam, I have major issue. You've just said the fella in now. I strongly disagree. He's actually human. He's a lizard. He's like the Royals. He's a lizard. Timbo said even a bang average defender like Jamie Carragher. Have that. So Gyökeres doing the normal 0 versus a competent side. Brobby's been clinical, says FTM. Yeah, Brobby's been incredible. Sarov says same with Anthony Robinson. Again, yeah, I mean, listen, no problem with players who are... I just hate that part, that little aspect of international football. Really grinds my gears. Haaland was born in Leeds. Get him in Tuchel's side. We could do with him. Would he start over Kane though? If it was a 4-3-3, who'd start, Kane or Haaland? Imagine having Haaland on the bench. Would you start Haaland or Kane in this tournament? If you could only pick one centre forward for England. Kingsloth, we've dropped our standards calling Carragher a leader. Oh, behave yourself. He was an incredible leader. Timbo, Netherlands usually been disappointing in recent tournaments, but they've looked decent this time. They've looked decent in this game. I thought Japan, they were pretty poor. Sweden ball in, easy cleared away that by, I think it was Van Hecker. Van de Ven at left back's an interesting approach, and I'd love to, I think maybe that's one of the reasons why perhaps Liverpool are looking at Van de Ven. Not just the fact that he is a very, very pacey centre-back, can play centre-back, but he's also quite competent, as we've seen, for the Dutch, playing at left-back. So could Van Hecker be an option for Liverpool when Kerkez isn't available? We put Van Hecker at left-back. Spurs have already signed Van Hecker. Sorry, Van de Ven, I meant. Spurs have already signed Van Hecker. They've already signed Senesi. Looks like Vuskovic might be leaving. It looks like maybe Romero could be leaving as well. Man United linked with Christian Romero yesterday. Van de Ven ain't leaving. I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure on that. Spurs have made a couple of signings at centre-back, and Van de Ven contract talks are at a stalemate. Cheers, Hiller. Philip says, if that rule was in that you had to play for where you was born, Haaland would be playing for us. Absolutely. How's it going, Joe? Charmy says Ronaldo was born in an island near Africa, so he too must play for that country. Where was Ronaldo born? I thought Ronaldo was born... Wasn't he? He was born in Portugal. Or at least in a Portugal-owned... If there is such a thing as owned. I'm sure he was. Where was he born? Yeah, Madeira. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Madeira's fine. That's Portugal. Van de Ven at left back makes sense because it can become a back three when Dumfries plays as basically a forward. I mean, that's what happens with us though, with Frimpong, isn't it, as well? Stephen McNair, oh yes, Man United, let's start signing Tottenham players. That'll solve all our problems. King Sloth says, don't want Romero, don't fancy the deal. Don't fancy the red cards that come with him. Tonali, 260k a week in his Spurs contract. Oh, that's a lot of money for Tonali. That's a lot of money for Spurs, that. Sandro Tonali on 260k a week. That doesn't represent good value for money. Great play. GAKPO stood up far post. Dumfries just over his head. ISAK playing like a left winger here. They've got him in all the wrong areas. Graham Potter, wake up. You've got Alexander ISAK at left back here. Oh, and they've given the ball away. The Dutch are in. Here's Marlon. Good ball. Oh, he gets the cross all wrong again. Ah, huge moment. Should really be 3-0 to the Dutch. At least they'd be in the Premier League. We seem to be veering away from players that might cost more than a pre-owned vehicle. That's Man United. Yeah, Northville's not very happy that Man United are scrimping and saving and taking the Bournemouth and the Brighton approach to their signings rather than doing what Man United always did when they were competing for titles, which is identify the very best, go and bid for him. Elliot Anderson they would be in the market for under Sir Alex Ferguson for sure. Snacky Chan, does ISAK for 300k a week represent good value for money? Yeah, I think so. I think if you want to sign one of the best centre forwards in world football, I think yeah you'd be hard pushed to pay him less than one of the top wages in the Premier League. I don't think you can name 5 better centre forwards than Alexander ISAK. Strike! Oh! Is that going to be a goal kick? No, Yasin Ayari again with a better touch maybe. Could have done better there. Brian Brobby for one, yeah. Just the 7 goals for Brobby last season. That was a save, that should have been a corner. Kane, Haaland, Mbappe, Dembele, Alvarez. Dembele's not a centre forward. I don't care what anyone says. And again, he's very good last season, but no. Kane, Haaland, Mbappe, yes. Alvarez, no. Julian Alvarez is not better than Alexander Isak. Kane for Ballon d'Or, yeah, I think so as well. Assuming I think England would have to go really far in this tournament. I think Michael Elise is probably more likely. If there is going to be a Bayern Munich player to win it, they'll probably err for Michael Elise over Harry Kane. City of Northville, Man United will sit back and watch as Elliot Anderson lifts trophies regularly for a decade, telling ourselves he never would have signed to cope. I mean, they were in for Declan Rice, weren't they? In for Declan Rice, and it never quite happened. Elliot Anderson might be another missed opportunity for Man United. Timbo says, who would be the best Enzo Fernandez replacement, Key? He's older now than Bruno G would be, right near the top of my list. Oh, he's older now, but Bruno Guimaraes would be at the top of your list. Well, I mean, according to the reports today, Xabi Alonso has only got eyes on one player, and that's Florian Wirtz. Whether or not there is a world where Liverpool would sell Florian Wirtz and Chelsea would be willing to pay over the 100 million that it would take to get him, I don't know. Snacky Chan Isak had 6, didn't he? Yeah, in about 14 games, yeah, something like that. Didn't really play much footy. I think that's the problem. If Isak's fit and he's fine, and that last season was the first season in about 5 years where he didn't make about 40 appearances. The 2 prior seasons for Newcastle, he got 25 and 23 goals. Put him in a better side. He should kill it. Timbo says England to win the World Cup and Rice to get the Ballon d'Or. Why not? It'd be funny. Snacky Chan, I'm still a bit bitter, pal. You could never have... I'd never have guessed. Mark Suffield, hi Key, did you hear about the German team? The camp found a copperhead snake. Well, I've heard that a lot of the teams in the US have had issues with snakes. Switzerland, in particular, they have their training camp in... I think it's a Jewish university that Switzerland are playing in. They're playing in a Jewish university, and the Jewish university has, there's no fences or barriers around the camp. The training camp, and it's must be, there you go, 1-0, must be, get in there, yes, get in, it's 2-1, great ball in from Nygren, there's a claim, Michael Oliver's going to get, don't tell me he's ruled this out, I need both teams here, come on, that's never a foul, that ref, is he onside? Oh, he's off. He's offside, you absolute Fruit Loop. It's back to 2-0. Yeah, he's offside, that one. Yeah, it's going to be chalked off, I think. Yeah, offside, Michael Oliver says. Netherlands 2, Sweden 0. Gutted. Yeah, I was going to say, the Switzerland camp, there's no fences around the edge of the training ground, and the pitch is it's like the pitch, and then immediately just wilderness. And yeah, there's loads of snakes, poisonous snakes around that area. Good ball, GAKPO. Oh, do you know what? People have said Gakpo's not a winger, and people have said he's done really, really well in this game. And he's proven that he can go at the fullback. He can get at the fullback and beat him. And I like Cody Gakpo a lot. I think he's a really, really top player. I want to keep him. Shahid, if Holland score a third goal, Key, put on past the Dutchie. Bit of musical youth. Timbo, I swear, every Swedish woman is mass-produced in a factory. All just blonde 10 out of 10s. Wow. Wow, that's offensive. It's incredibly offensive. Can't believe you lulled me into reading that out. You dirty, great misogynist, Timbo. The women, the people, objects. Listen to yourself. Your mother have said if she'd have heard you saying that. Deesmud says, what are you up to now that Arsenal isn't playing? I'm watching the World Cup, mate. I'm enjoying Victor Gyökeres missing chances. Game after game. He's playing with his ear, though. Still playing with his ear. Not worse than you in Amsterdam, though, Keith. Oh, that's an absolute myth. It's an absolute myth. The camera crew are on point tonight. Ladies, I'm ashamed. I'm absolutely ashamed by some of these in the chat. I could never. Was gonna say he can't throw stones. Excuse me. Stop asking me to name 50 women play. 50 women players active. I got 45. Here we go. Free kick for the Swedes. Come on. Let's have it 2-1. Strike. Terrible effort that from Gyökeres. Forces a save. 2-0 remains. Callum says Trent to Bayern to replace Stanisic should happen. Wonder if Michael Oliver has some subconscious bias against the ISAK. Maybe. Who knows? Edge of the box, strike! Oh! Good effort from Nygren. Right. What have I got in this game? I think I had Sweden or draw, did I? Did I go Sweden or draw in the end? If I did go Sweden or draw, then I'm goosed, aren't I? Let's be honest. I'm absolutely goosed. I got both teams to score over 1.5 cards. How many cards have we had? I don't think we've had a single card yet, have we? It's Michael Oliver. He's got to get his card out at some point. Tell me we've had a card. No card. Fucking shocking. Both teams to score. 6 or more corners. We've had 2. Oh, this ain't going well. Mark Suffield, hi Key, watch you since you started. Brilliant channel from a fellow Liverpool fan. You cheered me up since my mum died a month ago. Oh, Mark, I'm terribly sorry to hear that, mate. I'm really glad you're enjoying watching with us and chatting with the people, lovely people in the chat, of which you are one. So thanks for being part of our community, mate. And I'm genuinely, truly sorry about your mum. I hope you're okay, mate. Really hope you're okay. This charming Dan says Gakpo's been excellent here. Brobby showing what happens when you play a proper centre forward. Hilarious how he still looked pissed off when he scored both goals. Right, we have got a corner kick here now for the Swedes. Good effort. Verbruggen punches it away. And that's half time. Michael Oliver not willing to allow any more time. Right, hang on a second. I don't even know I'm named after George Graham, Key. What's your name? Juan Nil. Juan Nil. Right. Let me just get the old half-time quiz up. Seeing as Welshwing can't be bothered to turn up nowadays. Since he's got a job, he's got a night shift job, he's better than us now. He's not turning up. So it means I've got to do actual work and do the quizzes now. Right. Right, there have been... That's good. Okay, that's good. I like that. Give me a second and let me just jot down. Where's my pen? Right, I've got a halftime quiz for you here. A halftime quiz that should be good. So, can you name for me, keep yourselves busy a minute, hang on, let me just write, because there's 27 possible answers. There's not 27 possible answers, there's 27 answers for this quiz. And I've got to write them down to make sure that you don't cheat me. You don't try and cheat me. So, there have been 27 players who have scored 15 or more Premier League goals. 27 players who have scored 15 or more Premier League goals that have come from either the Netherlands or Sweden. There's a right mixed bag there. So can you name the 27 players who have scored 15 or more Premier League goals that have come from either the Netherlands or Sweden? Get your answers in the chat. I'll get the quiz up on the screen in just a second. Okay. Right. Ryan Babel, Van Dijk, ISAK, GAKPO. Babel, yes. Babel is correct. Van Dijk, yes. Ryan Babel, Van Dijk, ISAK, GAKPO. ISAK, yes. GAKPO, yes. Let me just put the quiz up on screen for people who come in late. One sec. Halftime quiz. 27 Dutch or Swedish players with 15 or more Premier League goals. There you go. So far, you've got GAKPO, Van Dijk, Babel, and ISAK. Who else? Van der Vaart, yes. Raphael Van der Vaart is the correct. Memphis Depay, no. Dirk Kuyt, yes. Gini Wijnaldum, Ljungberg, and Kluivert, yes. Gini Wijnaldum, Ljungberg, and Kluivert are all correct. Gyökeres, no. Believe it or not, Gyökeres hasn't got 15 Premier League goals. There's a lot in this list who have. Timbo says, suggestion, Mr. Key. If possible, you should have a graphic during the quizzes where you add people's names when they've been said. I know what that would mean more work for me, and I'm notoriously lazy. So, yeah, can't do that. Until the channel gets massive, and then I can get people to do that bit for me. That'd be amazing. But I can't do it at this moment. Brobby is not right. No, he only got 7 last year. Ake. Van Nistelrooy. Ruud Van Nistelrooy is right. Ake is also right. Ake's right and Gyökeres isn't. How's about that? Zlatan, says Jake. Yes. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He only spent half a season in the Prem, I think, and he got more than Gyökeres as well. Sebastian Larsson is correct. Yes. Not Gravenberg. Elmander is correct, though. Dirk Cow, Ake, Van Persie, of course. Yes. Bergkamp is correct. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is correct. Well done, Adam. Mark Overmars is correct. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to get. Oh, no, 8. 8 left to get. You've got 19 out of 27. Halftime quiz, 27 Dutch or Swedish players with 15 or more Premier League goals. Robben and Zenden. Yes, Robben and Zenden are correct. Not Van der Ven. GAKPO we've already got. So far you've got Zlatan, Elmander, Sebastian Larsson, Ljungberg, ISAK, Robben, Babel, Ake, Zenden, Kluivert, Van der Vaart, Overmars, Gini Wijnaldum, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Kout, Bergkamp, Van Nistelrooy, Hasselbank, Van Persie. Brian Roy is correct. Yes. Well googled, Matty. I should imagine that a teenager, a young whippersnapper like yourself would remember Brian Roy from the 90s. Well remembered, sir. Ilanga, no, not Ilanga. Boateng is correct. George Boateng was in the Prem for a very long time. Not Shevchenko. El Ghazi is correct. Well done, Adam. El Ghazi's right. Kulusevski is right. Yes. There's still 1, 2, 3... 3. There's only 3 left. You only got 3 left to get. You're flying through them. 3 left to get. All Dutchmen. And they all played... I think they all played for multiple clubs. I don't know if that helps. Pretty sure they all played for multiple clubs. Not Seedorf, no, he never played in the Prem. Edgar Davids, no. Van Hooijdonk, no, not Pierre Van Hooijdonk. There's 27 Premier League players who have come from Sweden or the Netherlands who have scored 15 or more Premier League goals. 1-5, that is, 15. Zlatan, Elmander, Kulusevski, Seb Larsson, Freddie Ljungberg, Alexander Isak, Robben, El Ghazi, Boateng, Babel, Ake, Zenden, Kluivert, Roy, Van der Ven. I keep saying Van der Ven. Van der Vaart, I meant. Not Van der Vaart. Not Van der Ven. Van der Vaart. Overmars, Gini Wijnaldum, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Kout, Bergkamp, Van Nistelrooy, Hasselbank, Van Persie. Not Luke de Jong. No, not Luke de Jong. Patrick Van Aanholt is correct. Yes. Van Aanholt is right. 2 more to get. And they both played in white. I don't know if that helps you a lot. They're both... I think they both may even have been Surinamese in descent. There's a lot of Dutch players who originate from Suriname or have Suriname heritage. And I think both of these may potentially have, if I remembered correctly. Not Boateng. We've already had Boateng. It's not Weghorst. It's two darker shades, let's say, of player that played in white. To give you some sort of a clue. Not El Ghazi. No, not El Ghazi. Leroy Fer. There you go. Leroy Fer played for Swansea. There's 1 more still to get. Not Vertonghen. No. It was Collins John. Collins John. There you go. Collins John, that's the final one. So you've got Zlatan, Elmander, Kulusevski, Larson, Ljungberg, ISAK, Robin, El Ghazi, Leroy Fer, Boateng, Babel, Ake, Zenden, John, Patrick Van Aanholt, Cliver, Roy, Van der Vaart, Overmars, Wijnaldum, Van Dijk, Gakpo, Kout, Bergkamp, Van Nistelrooy, Hasselbank, and Van Persie. There you go. Leon, your hair stays in place nice, Key. What do you use? Don't know, some wax thing I got from the barbers. Do you know when you go in the barbers and you've got like them? It's a Turkish barbers, and it's one of them where they've got like products all over the place. And I just remember going in one day and I was like, "Have you got out I can use? I can." And he's like, "Oh yeah, try this," and I've had it ever since. I don't know what it's called, but it's nice. City of Northville, quick question: do you use OBS? Yeah, OBS. OBS is what I use. I found everything else that I use crashes and causes issues. OBS is pretty much the standard in the industry. Everyone tends to use that. Key releasing is in a 1900. I was just trying to give some sort of indication on appearance, and I wasn't sure exactly how to do it. I think they were Surinamese. I think there was some Leroy Fer. Let me see. Sure, Leroy Fer. There was talk of him playing for Suriname. Yeah, there you go. See, look at that. It's not like I say it wildly without any evidence. Leroy Fer's granddad was from Suriname. Look at that. And to be fair, he's the first child of parents from Curaçao. So, there's evidence there. It wasn't like it was a wild throw. It's crazy when you read them names out, they never won a World Cup. I don't even know, says Key. Would you rather have 25,000 viewers or us 39 people with souls and conversations? I don't think you want the answer to that question. I'm only kidding. No, listen, I think I'd like a nice halfway point. I'd love a nice halfway point. I'd love it if we had some more people rocking up, but that's not going to happen till August. Once the World Cup finishes, you know, you've got to... mentally, I'm absolutely locked in. That's not going to happen until August. So once we get to August, maybe we'll see some more people rocking up. Till then, I'm delighted to just be us. Now 40, that's it. Mark Suffield, Key, what was your first World Cup? Mine was 82 in Spain. 82 in Spain. Mine was, well, technically my first World Cup that I was alive for was 1990. But 1994 was probably the first one I remember broadly watching. Little bits of it. And then 98, I was like, by the time 98 World Cup swung around, I was watching it. And I watched every single game. I remember all the games vividly. Chimey says Weghorst has less than 15 for both Burnley and United, Key. That's fascinating, isn't it? When you actually look at the players that have scored less than 15 goals. Somerville, De Guzman, Jordi Cruyff. Trying to think of others Dutch players who've scored less than that. Jan Maat, Marlon scored 7. Martin Reusser, Bergwijn, Mickey van der Ven. Gravenberg's got 6. Melchiot's got 6. Don't know how many Weghorst has got then. Don't know how many Weghorst has got. Jan Vennegoor Hesselink has got 3. According to this, Weghorst's not even in the list. Wout Weghorst. Let's have a look and see how many Wout Weghorst got. Well, speaking of Somerville's about to enter the fray. Wout Weghorst, here we go. Let's have a look. How many goals did he score for Burnley? 2. And he never scored any for Man United. Oh my God. He played 37 games for Man United and Burnley in the Premier League, Wout Weghorst, and got 2 goals. There you go. Neither of which were for Man United. This chowing down, I thought Anders Limpar might have been on that quiz, but I think he scored most of his goals when it was still the old First Division. I remember Anders Limpar vividly from Championship Manager 95. Jake says, do you think Man United win the Premier League after the World Cup? No. In the nicest possible way. Pete, I only said Gyökeres as a piss take. I think he's only got 11 or 12. He's got 14. That's precisely why I picked 15. I was trying to trigger the Arsenal fans. Just trying to make sure. Players with 15 or more Premier League goals. Gyökeres, 14. Oh, no. Ben says Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, Messi. Who's scoring more this World Cup? Balogun is the correct answer. Chimey, I remember celebrating a Weghorst goal. We are in a parallel universe. He did score 2 goals for Manchester United, but one of them was in the League Cup and one of them was in Europe. Yeah, he scored 2 goals for Man United, but both of which weren't in the Premier League. Or neither of which were in the Premier League. Commentators telling everyone to buy a TV licence. Maybe we should have been sponsored by the TV licence people. It's one way to quickly alienate the Matchday Tavern crew, isn't it? The Matchday Tavern, sponsored by TV licence at the BBC. Get yours now. Get 70% off your TV licence with code SAVIL1. Shouldn't laugh. You really shouldn't laugh, but it's such a joke. Must be. There you go. It's 3-0. Good grief. We've got another goal. Is it GAKPO who puts it in? Denzel Dumfries with the cross. Who actually gets the final touch here? Michael Oliver's not a happy bunny. Unbelievable stuff again. I think it might be an offside. Oh, Cody scored it. Denzel Dumfries with the assist. I think he might just be onside. There's going to be a check on this one. Why does GAKPO gain the ability to play football when he's not at Liverpool? GAKPO's a very good player, mate. I think anyone who's watched Cody GAKPO over the last few years knows he's a very good player. One bad season doesn't mean anything, and he wasn't even the worst Liverpool player. There was a lot of bad players. I don't think there was anyone who really stood out for Liverpool last year. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. But there you go. The Dutch are 3-0 up. The game started quickly in the first half. It started even quicker in the second. GAKPO, an absolute masterclass today from Cody GAKPO. He gets his first after getting an assist in the first half. And all of the Dutch goals have broadly been the same, haven't they? They've all been down the wings, ball across the face of goal, tapping. It's always been the same goal today. I don't even know, says Liverpool will get 10th next season. Nah, we do better than that. Finners Matty, who was that 14-year-old earlier that was saying Liverpool should consider Cody GAKPO's future at the club? Well, exactly. Exactly, Matty. Potter out, says make Slytherin great again. I need this. Why have I stupidly said Sweden or draw in this one? Absolute liability. Did I actually have Sweden or draw here? Tell me I didn't have Sweden or draw today. No. Okay, fine. I've not got Sweden or draw in this one. I think I stayed away from it. I think I did anyway. I think I've got Netherlands or draw actually. Over 1.5, Bart Verbruggen to make a save. Has Bart Verbruggen made a save yet? Please, dear Lord, tell me Bart Verbruggen's made a save. Yeah, Bart Verbruggen, Netherlands or draw, over 1.5. I need Bart Verbruggen to make a save. please. Sweet baby Jesus of Nazareth. Has he made one? Goalkeeper saves. The Swedes have had a number of shots on target. I just don't know if he's actually made a save or not yet. Surely he's had a... If there's been 4 shots on target, he's got to have made a few saves. Ben says, I watched a video of you's reaction of Liverpool. Bad results. They did you dirty, mate. Ah, they always do. Let them have the moment, mate. They'll clip it up. They'll clip it up and they'll do what they do. What are you going for on the German game? The German game, I'll have a look. Hang on. Let me see what I went for on the Germans. Right, the goalkeeper's made a save. I'm fine. The goalkeeper's made a save. I'm happy with that. I had a Bart of a Bruggen save, so there's already been that. The Swedes now coming back forward. This is what we want to see. Stood up, far post. Cleared away. Van Dijk wins it. And he wins it again. What a player. What a player. Haven't Sweden lost this? 3-0 down. Hey, listen. Listen, Liverpool were 3-0 down against AC Milan at this point, mate. A much worse Liverpool side against a much better AC Milan side. Anything can happen. Long throw into the box. Flicked on. Strike. Oh, good block again. And that one's going to go out for a goal kick. Poor from the Swedes. Cheers, Sarah. Thank you. Lovely long ball forward. The Swedes again. Pick the ball up. Recycle it. Again, starting to look like Ronald Koeman is quite happy with the position that they're in and they're just retreating. Taking the foot off the gas. Somerville, that's a yellow card. Oh, did they have cards in this one? I don't know if I had cards in this. I think I might have had cards as well. Oh, go on then. If I did have cards in this, then I'm absolutely flying. Cards and corners. Shahid, what happened to Gyökeres and ISAK? They've done nothing. They've not really got the ball, though. I think that's the big problem for him. I need both teams to score. Oh, I need another card, more corners, and Sweden to actually get a goal. Come on, the Swedes. Come on, the Swedes. Bradder says, I want Netherlands more shots on target each half and Sweden 1+ corner each half. We've got a problem. Here we go. Ball down the right-hand side. Sweden. Oh, why didn't you play it to Gyökeres? Here's ISAK. Come on. Oh, Alexander. That's not good enough. Ben, what are you doing for Father's Day, mate? I am just gonna... Oh, Cody Gakpo, go on. Oh, you dirty, dirty boy. Go on, Cody. That's absolute filth. IKEA, that's absolute filth. They've been flattened. The Swedes have been flattened. It's a great goal and clearly player of the match, player of the tournament, Cody Gakpo. He's come alive today, Cody. Alexander ISAK doesn't know what's going on. This isn't the guy I left in Liverpool. This isn't the guy I left playing garbage at Liverpool. As soon as he's put the Oranje shirt on, Cody Gakpo's sprung to life. He's illuminated the US here. Unbelievable. It's a fabulous ball down the left-hand side. Cut in. Gakpo. Rocket. Nordveld, no chance. An absolute illegal goal, says Aftab. Evening, sir. How's it going, Liam? Good to see you, man. Didn't think Sweden would win, but thought they'd put up a fight. I mean, one thing you can say about the Swedes is they're involved in high-scoring matches. 5-1 against the Tunisians, 4-0 now against the Dutch. And Zanelli and Bergvall entering the pitch. Nygren has gone off. Lucas Bergvall, one of my favourite young players. Karlström, Nygren, and who was it who came on there? Let me have a look. Zanelli, I think, was one of them, and Bergvall for sure. Another. Definitely need a corner. Or more corners, anyway. More corners and a Sweden goal, please. Sweden just have not turned up. Ryan says Sweden's lineup is kind of strange as well. It's like they're resting some wingers for the next game. I mean, they haven't... I think the thing is with Sweden, obviously they left. Kulusevski, unfortunately, couldn't make the tournament. Here's Bergvall. They haven't really got an awful lot of sort of quality in wide areas. They've got a Langer. I think that says an awful lot about the options they have. After that, there's just not really a huge amount of pace. They've got Bergvall and Elanga on the pitch now. Zanelli's come on as well. Chris Brophy, who's playing later? Germany against Ivory Coast is at 9 p.m. I'm live for that one. So straight after this, we've got Germany, Ivory Coast. And then we've got... Oh, the Dutch again are flying forward. Brobby, this is incredible. Back out to Somerville. Strike. Miles over the bar. Yeah, Germany, Ivory Coast is 9 o'clock. And then Ecuador, Curaçao is a 1 a.m. kickoff. Don't think I'm going to stream that one, but I probably will stay up and watch it. Just so I keep my body clock on the early mornings. One day or less, hope you're okay, Key. So did it work out for you? Did what work out for me? Clips Market, I need the £150 million giraffe to get a shot on target. Well, that's silly. That was just very silly, wasn't it? Timbo, why are some players so much better for their national teams? GAKPO for Netherlands, Enzo for Argentina. It's basically prime Stevie G. I don't even know. Says, who's top of the fantasy league? I know it ain't me. I might as well be bottom. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see who's top of the Matchday Tavern World Cup Fantasy League. Let's see. Live table. Here we go. My team, I think, are flying. Let's have a look at the leagues. My leagues. Sweden are in. ISAK. Go on, lad. Yes, Alexander ISAK. The £150 million giraffe. It's not him, it's Elanga. Oh, ISAK was still on the pitch when it happened. What a goal. The Swedes are back in it. Ish. They only need another 3 more. Get in there. Yes. 4-1. The Matchday Tavern Fantasy League. I think I've got ISAK in the starting 11. I've dropped down to 9th. Bob. Oh, it's Rob, sorry. Rob is top. It's a great finish, that, from Elanga, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic finish. Great finish, Anthony Elanga. Great goal. ISAK assist, was it? What a ball from ISAK. What a ball. Absolutely incredible from Alexander ISAK. That's why you pay the money for him. And that's what that puts me. I now just need another card. I'm desperate for a card now. Cards and corners, please. Cards and corners will win the day for me. Just jinxed Elanga. Where am I at? I'll tell you, 1 second. So, live table. Oh, I'd love to be able to actually just put it up on the blooming screen. My leagues, here we go. Matchday Tavern. So, it is AGC's bottom. Flash is 17th. Ethan's 16th. Andy's 15th. Lana Brooks is 14th. Julius is 13th. City of Northville's 12th. I don't know what to put here is 11th. Liverbird 10th. Then it's me in 9th. Liquidator 8th. Or Liquid Laser, sorry. Goonersville in 7th. Crossbar Conquerors 6th. Scouse is 5th. 4th is Jude, The Right Thing. 3 is 3-Star Red. 2nd is Glory to Romania. And 1st is Rob SAFC. And Rob is, to be fair, Rob is absolutely flying. Rob's miles ahead of every one of us. Miles ahead. I'm coming for you, Key. I'm 3 points behind you. Listen, I deliberately threw it. That's what it was. Because it'd be pointless. It'd be pointless if I won this, wouldn't it? People would be shouting, it's rigged. It's corruption. You're basically FIFA, Key. What a ball in! Ah! Oh, is that a corner? We'll take the corner, ref. We'll take the corner. French Francis are the shirts in the back from DHK. They're not, mate. No, I don't play that. I don't play that. They're all vintage, most of them. Some of them are vintage. Some of them are bought, like, ages ago. Like the Brazil one, the Argentina one, the England one. Bought them absolutely ages ago. The Colombia one is a recent one that's brand new. That's expensive, to be fair. Spain is from ages ago. That's when they won the World Cup. I bought that. Senegal's the same as well. It's the old Senegal one. I bought that in 2002 after they dominated at the World Cup. Good ball in, headed away. Yeah, so some of them are just dead old. Ryan says, do you think CR7 scores a single goal this World Cup? Yes, I do. I do. Get a Ghana one, Key. I might do, yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we will. How old is the England shirt? It's got Rashford on the back. Believe it or not, it's got Rashford on the back. I bought it as part of a job lot on Vinted. I was buying shirts and I was like, I want this one and this one. And he was like, oh, well, I've also got this England shirt as well, so I'll give you that for an extra £1 or something. And I was like, oh, all right, fair enough, because he just wanted rid of it. So we ended up getting 3 shirts, and one of them was the England one. What a ball, Brobby! Is that going to be another corner? Oh, go ahead, lad. The corners are flying. I just need a card. A card and a corner. 1 card, 1 corner. Keys flying. We've only had 1 cards. Do you not think cards have really been so unpredictable in this World Cup? It's either one thing or the other. It's either like 9 yellows and 2 reds, or no cards at all. And the ref just refuses to book anyone. And Michael Oliver's having one of them games today. I don't care, Key, you're the man, your lives are funny. Good lad. Appreciate you, man. Good to know you. I don't even know, says, I'm hoping Germany smash Cote d'Ivoire so my fantasy team does well. And the Swedes are in a deep winter sleep, says Jelly. Swedes need to unpack themselves, don't they? Alexander Isak won't look back on that that 4th Dutch goal with fondness. Cody Gakpo putting him to the sword. Jack says, can't believe a player got sent off yesterday for covering his mouth when talking. Mate, this is it, though. They did make that really clear before the tournament started, didn't they? They said, if you don't adhere to this one new rule, which is, if you cover your mouth while you're speaking, immediate red card. Because we can't know what you're saying, and it might be that you're saying something racist or sexist or some other kind of ism, phobia, one of the many. Some other kind of hurty word. You can't say any hurty word. Silly rule, says Jack. I mean, I would agree it is a silly word. Silly rule. It's a silly rule. But once they enshrine it and they say this is what's going to happen, then, you can't really find fault with it. If they say that they're going to punish it, then you've got to make sure you don't fall foul. Big last 26 minutes to go. Sweden not entirely out of this one. I think if they get another one, 2 goals. If they get one, let's say, in the next 10 minutes, 2 goals in the last 15 is eminently possible. But they've got to do it soon. Here's Gyökeres. Gives it away. Wins it back. Well done. Good lad. Ilanga can't quite bring it into his feet. Bergval's made a difference for sure. Good football, this. Alexander Isak, not where you want him, though. On the right-hand side. Drives into the box. Good run. Ilanga gives it back. Isak, good football. He's only got Gyökeres in the middle. Can you please stop tackling Liverpool players like that? Prince Rupert, wow, was 2-0 when I left at half-time. Sweden getting battered. Love it. The Norwegians loving the Swedes. Getting hurt. Timbo says hurty words. I'm stealing this. Why? Have you never heard that expression before? Hurty words. Key, who's the team that surprised you the most so far? Mine's currently the US, looking fairly good. The team that surprised me the most? Probably Turkey. Turkey going out the way that they did. Losing so comfortably to Paraguay and Australia. They did play all right against Paraguay. They got a couple of big chances and they just didn't put them away. Lovely ball over the top. The Dutch are in again. Is he onside? No, he's off. I hate them late flags. Key, you're going to be clipped up for saying hurty words. Why? What's wrong with saying hurty words? We're talking specifically about the rule change. I've no problem with the specific rule, but yeah. I think players will say whatever they can on the pitch to wind people up. Should it be stuff that's racist? Absolutely not. But we don't know what Almiron said. There was no allegation that what he said was racist. He might have just said, I don't know, your mum stinks. Playground stuff. Oh, Ilanga, go on, lad. What a pass. Oh, that was much better. I'm here. What's the score? Score is 4-1. Netherlands 4, Sweden 1. Hurty words is an A+ term, to be fair. What's an A+ term? An A+ term? Is that something I don't understand? Possibly. What takeaway should I order, people, says Timbo. Lebanese. Something lovingly prepared by a female chef, you dirty great misogynist. Oh, great run. Sweden, ball in. Oh, that's a massive chance again. No one gambling at the back. Nobody gambling at the back post. Key would get an automatic U on English language using that word. What word? Excuse me, I got an A level in English language. I was flying at English language. Of mice and men, love all that. In cricket, they say hurty words all the time. It's called sledging. Another hydration break, folks. Another hydration break. Just want to revisit that. I'm still absolutely perplexed that the Dutch national dish is raw herring. Swallowed whole with onions. That is their national dish. That can't be genuine. That cannot be genuine. I've heard of stampot and stroopwafels, but I've never heard that they would have raw herring with onions swallowed whole. The Dutch are also the world's biggest exporter of flowers. So we do this during the hydration breaks, by the way, people. If you're new around here, we always do a little fun fact about the nations that we're watching. And the Dutch are the world's biggest exporter of flowers and bulbs. They're an top 2 agricultural exporter overall, despite their tiny size. They also export one of the top 3 exporters of cheese around the world. They are also, factually, the Dutch are the tallest people on earth. Per capita, average height of a Dutch person is taller than any other country. And this is not what I've got written down, but I did know this to be true. About a quarter of the Netherlands is below sea level. About a quarter of the country's below sea level, but all of their people are dead tall and they eat loads of herring raw with onions. They give a ton of free bulbs to Canada every year due to Canada letting their government hang out there during World War II when they had to flee. Oh, that's nice. 3 of us made the same joke at the same time. The Dutch national dish is their body weight in the devil's lettuce. Oh, what was that called? What was that called when we went? Super Silver something. I don't know. We do not advocate on that here at the Matchday Tavern. Fun fact says Key can register for a Dutch passport as he spends most of his time in the red light district. That is very much alleged. Very much alleged. It's never proven. Purely an allegation. DZ solid women also have big... Oh, Jesus Christ. The Matchday Tavern does not allow misogynists in. This is appalling behaviour. Reece says hurty words came to common parlance in 2024 after the conviction of Lucy Connolly after Southport. It's commonly said now in relation to our freedom of speech. I don't know anything about all that, mate. Hurty words are just, yeah, it was said, to be fair, by someone else in the chat earlier when we were talking about the FIFA ruling of covering your mouth while saying whatever it is that you're saying. Obviously, that came to fore after Prestiani got sent off for what he was banned for. Quite rightly, by the way, I would say if he said what he was alleged to have said to Vinicius Jr. Obviously, we say alleged because it was done on the balance of probability, wasn't it, that one? Because I don't think they could have any evidence. Ultimately, it was just kind of because he can't look at his mouth while he's covering his mouth. But yeah, Prestiani got banned for what he was alleged to have said to Vinicius Jr. I think if you're saying that sort of stuff, then you're a relic. You're a dinosaur. You need to step into the 90s, folks. But as far as the actual FIFA ruling for just covering the mouth and you get an immediate red card, irrespective of what is alleged to have been said, even if it's just like, you know, I don't know, what's something that's relatively insulting but not in any way mega offensive. Your dad wears Lonsdale trainers. I don't know, something like that. Your dad wears Lonsdale trainers. Maybe that's what Almiron was saying when he covered his mouth. And if it was something like that, I mean, I can imagine why you'd kick off. But I'm not sure you should receive a red card for saying that. It's Luke says, your boots are ugly, Mr. Defender. Exactly, yeah. What are them? Why are you wearing Lotto boots, lad? What are you wearing Lotto boots for? Get yourself a proper brand deal. Go and get yourself some Oxford Natural boots. Reece says, you don't really see people refer to Netherlands as Holland anymore, do you? I honestly don't know if that's offensive either. This is the thing. It was Holland when I was growing up. It may well be Netherlands now. I think, well, it is Netherlands, obviously, but I don't know if that's... Maybe that... I don't know. Why aren't your boots pink? Didn't you get the memo? Yeah, go and get some pink boots. Oh, Christ, speaking of pink boots, there's Van Hecker. Oh, it's Van der Ven. Van der Ven's got pink boots on. He must have borrowed them from Phil Jones. Phil Jones with his pink boots. Joe, can you name Swedish player to play for Liverpool? I don't think we've ever had a Swedish player in the Premier League anyway. Obviously, Alexander Isak is a very recent one, but other than that, I don't think we've ever had a Swedish player in the Prem. Not as far as I'm aware. Have we? Have we ever had a Swedish player? Other than Isak? I don't think we have. No, don't think we have. Yeah, Hyson was back in the day, to be fair. He wasn't a Premier League player, I don't think. How's it going, Roberts? Yeah, I mean, we've had some young Swedish players like Astrid Ajdarovic. He played for us for a little bit, but he never played, I don't think, for the first team. And if he did, it was never in the Prem. But yeah, I don't think we've ever had any Swedish players. Here's Elanga down the right-hand side. Good ball in. Far post. Any chance of another corner and another card, ref? Be wonderful if we could get another corner and another card. We only need 15 minutes to go. Here's Isak. Go on, lad. Corner will do you. Oh, kept out. Gyökeres. Why have you not hit that? Oh, that was a perfect teed-up chance, that, for Gyökeres to hit it on the count, on the overhead kick. An overhead kick there from Gyökeres, and it's 4-2. Right, come on, folks in the chat. Let's stay on topic now. Let's have none of this. Let's have none of this nonsense. Let's stay on topic. I know we tend to veer off a little bit, but good grief, we're now going on to a full-on diversion. Shame Sweden didn't finish better than this first half. Could have been a classic. And Robert says, tonight's game is starting to change my mind on my negative view on GAKPO. Wow, he's made some brill runs. Does it not alarm you, Robert? Think about I think that maybe says more about how you view a player rather than Cody GAKPO himself. Think about how easy it was for him to change your view of him based off one game. This could just easily be GAKPO may be an absolutely dreadful player who's just played one good game that you're watching, or maybe he was never as bad as you thought he was. I'm getting brainwashed. You're not getting brainwashed, mate. Just think about how easily your views have swayed. Think how easily your views have swayed based on one particular game. Hey, Layla, how's it going? Hi, Key. I'm so livid about Leipzig being greedy about the Diamond price. Listen, that's just haggling. That's haggling. They're just trying to get the best value. Still need a corner and a card in this game. Red card to you, Durales. Absolutely. Here we go. Good ball down the right-hand side. Ali. Is that Lindelof? Into Isak. Go on, Alex. Unlucky. Reese says, it's been a really good game. Not as one-sided scoreline as it suggests. Just the Dutch have been absolutely clinical. But lots of huffing and puffing from the Swedes. Why do Liverpool hate him so much? Liverpool don't hate him, mate. It's just the occasional numpty. It's a good bit of football. Lucas Bergvall picks it up. Shahid, Key, what games are you doing tomorrow? Tomorrow we've got Spain. Spain versus Saudi Arabia. That's a yellow card, ref. That's a yellow card. That's got to be a yellow. Let's have a yellow. Let's have a yellow. He's gone high on him there. That's got to be a yellow card. Has he booked him? Has he booked Bergvall there? He looked like he was reaching for his pocket. Oh, come on. It's got to be a yellow card, ref. Please, sweet Lord, telling me. Oh yes, we've got a card. Right now, it's about the corner. I need a corner in this final moment. Last 10 minutes, a corner will do. What do you think of Liverpool's first few fixtures? In my opinion, I think the Premier League's been very harsh on us. Honestly, mate, you've got to play all 19 teams. You've got to play them all twice. It doesn't matter when you play them. Matty Key, do you know how bad the Munoz injury is? None of us do. No, nobody's... It could just be a knock. It could be that it's maybe a couple of weeks. Either way, he's staying in Spain, isn't he? So there's an expectation that he'll be available for Spain in the latter stages of the tournament. So he's not going anywhere. You would imagine if it was a bad injury, he'd have left. He'd have gone and flown off for proper treatment. Maybe back at Osasuna or at Liverpool or whatever. He'd have flown home and gone and done treatment elsewhere. But the fact that he's staying with the Spain squad suggests that he could possibly be available for Spain if they need him in the latter stages of the tournament. What match are you watching? We're watching Netherlands versus Sweden, mate. It's the only match that's going on right now at the World Cup. And it's 4-1 currently to the Dutch with 10 minutes left to go. Yeah, it's a knock, otherwise they'd have sent him home. Yeah. I don't even know, says there's still a second stream tonight for our title race. Well, I was going to say, we're going to have, straight after this, we've got Germany-Ivory Coast. We're going to be watching that. After Germany-Ivory Coast, Ecuador v Curaçao is on, but I'm not going to stream that. I'm just going to watch it. And then I will be back live tomorrow for Spain versus Cape Verde. Or Spain versus Saudi Arabia, rather. Don't know why I said Spain v Cape Verde. We already watched that one. Spain v Saudi Arabia, Belgium, Iran. They are the two games tomorrow. Yes, Layla, I am. Yes, I'm live tonight straight after this for Germany, Ivory Coast. Should be good fun as well. Germany, Ivory Coast. See how Jan Diamant gets on. We can see if he's worth the money that Liverpool are alleged to be paying. Sorry, yes, Ben, Father's Day. I think there was a goal, wasn't there? I got dragged off. I apologise. Yes, Father's Day. What am I doing? I've been and bought my dad. He's out tonight. I've been and bought my dad a bottle of his favourite bourbon, because he likes a bourbon. So I've been and got him a nice bottle of Maker's Mark, and I'm probably going to see if he wants to go out somewhere, maybe take him for a little lunch or something. And I think my little girl's got me something. I don't know what, but she's been working on it at school, so I'll probably spend a bit of time with my dad and my little girl. We might even all go out for lunch together. I don't know. We'll see. But obviously, it depends what time I go to bed tonight, because if it's Ecuador, Curaçao finishes about 3:30, 4 o'clock. What a strike! Got a corner. Go on. Yeah, we got a corner. Excellent play from ISAK, and we've got a corner. Liverpool flying in this tournament. Good assist from ISAK, and it's a corner kick, and my parlay's flying. Joe, how's your voice normally after doing 3 streams in a row? I sound like Sean Dyche. Sound like I've had... Like, my voice is hot... Sounds like hot gravel. Like I've been eating hot gravel and ashtrays for days. That's what I sound like after 3 streams. Ilang with the cross in. Straight shot on target again. Mercury, I knew I liked Chuki. I'm a Maker's Mark ambassador. Been to the distillery twice. Wow. I love that. I love that. I've always wanted to go to Lynchburg, to go to the JD distillery, because that's all me and my dad drink. If we are ever drinking, I'm not really a big drinker, to be honest. as a general rule, I don't really touch the stuff, but when I do, it's nearly always JD, Maker's Mark, Knob Creek. Love a bit of Knob Creek. Timbo, Key is my adopted dad. I've got him a Chalobah England shirt. Can't be your adopted dad and also have a restraining order against you as well. That's nice, Key. Hope you and the family enjoy your meal. Thank you very much, mate. Hope whatever you guys are doing for Father's Day, celebrating with dads or people who may be dads. If your dad's no longer with you, celebrating whatever way you feel able to do so. Commemorate their memory, all that good stuff. By law, to be called bourbon, the whiskey must be produced in the US and can't be produced outside the country. That I did know that. But there are some like impersonators on the market, aren't there? There are some impersonators. I'm a big fan of Suntory, which is the Japanese alternative. It's a very sweet alternative. Check out Suntory as well. Layla, I'm buzzing about Elliot and Simicast's return. I would imagine both of those will be gone very quickly, though. Got me dad Adidas shorts. He's 88. Go on, lad. 88. Joe, what's the most pointless signing for Liverpool ever? Ben Davies. We signed him when we desperately needed a centre-back and didn't actually use him. Jack is a little over an hour from my place. Makers was a little over 3 from where I grew up in Kentucky. I love that. So it's great that you've got that on your doorstep, mate, and that's fantastic. I'd love to have gone there at some point in life. Maybe I still will. Who knows? I'd love to, maybe, but still young yet. Mr. Al-Shamari, who are your top 3 men of the match? My top 3 men of the match in this game, I would say Cody Gakpo's 100% number 1. I think Denzel Dumfries I'd give number 2. I think maybe Brobby as well. I think it'd be Brobby those. I think I would go Gakpo first, maybe Brobby second, Dumfries third. ISAK maybe 4th, because ISAK's had a decent game as well, apart from the moment where he where he lost the ball and Netherlands went up the other end and scored. Key should replace Timbo and put me as mod. To be honest, when the channel grows, happy to look at stuff like that. I mean, to be honest, Timbo's constantly treading a fine line. Constantly. It's Luke says, Gravenberg's been really good, but hard to not pick Brobby when he scored the 2 openers. I think his movement was brilliant as well. And there we go. It's 5. And it's Somerville. And he's giving it the old sleep celebration. It's over. Netherlands 5, Sweden 1. Crescencio Somerville. He will be absolutely picked up at this tournament by someone. West Ham, they're not going to be able to hang on to him. That'll be 40, 50 million quid of anyone's money. Crescencio Somerville. Talented boy. Still relatively young. And doing the business for the Dutch. 5-1. Swedes won 5-1 on the opening day against Tunisia. And they have now been beaten resoundingly 5-1 by the Dutch in their second game. Clip says he's coming to United. Nah, he's got to have a bit more ambition than that, surely. Surely. It's a great run. Great run, great finish. Poor defending again from Victor Lindelof. Got to get closer. Key, you need to be careful saying you like a bit of Knob Creek. You don't want people clipping you before the creek. Be like Carl Pilkington saying he could eat a knob at night. Key Thomas, breaking news. Key Thomas likes a bit of knob. Finners Matty, would you want Somerville at Liverpool? I mean, I wouldn't mind him. He wouldn't. I think he would be only a backup. He would never be a starter for us, but he's a decent player. He's okay. He can cause problems. He's got a bit of pace. We can see he can score. Shahid, PSG are after Somerville. That's why we're after Diamond. Take that. Somerville to PSG makes a bit more sense. Definitely makes more sense for him. Guilty Spark, Sweden must be the first ever team to win the first game 5-1 and lose the second 5-1. Probably. Goal difference of 0 after winning 5-1. Layla, I met Mo Salah just now. Ah, whereabouts is he? Whereabouts in the world is Mo Salah? Lovely ball down the left-hand side. Sweden, chance to make it 5-2 and get +1 on goal difference. Stephen Morton can see Somerville at Spurs. I think Spurs are still looking at going in for Savinho, aren't they? Oh, that's great football. Far post. No, straight at the keeper. If the Germany game is on par with this, it'll be a great watch. I think you've got to expect that there'll be goals in the Germany game. Oh, he was just onside there, wasn't he, Cody Gakpo? Is that another assist for Cody Gakpo, by the way? I think it might be. No, it was Depay. Well, hey. Gakpo's got 2 goals and an assist. And he's now off with an ice pack on his arm. An ice pack on his forearm. Must have landed funny on his arm. By the way, if you're new around here, please do click like on your way out. We've got 3 minutes left on this game before the live ends, and then we will be going over to Germany versus Ivory Coast shortly after. So make sure you've got your notification bell on. Make sure you've hit like. Make sure you've subscribed. We're live every single day through the World Cup. We're also live every single day after the World Cup. After the World Cup, if you love football, after the World Cup, when all these games finish, and all these people stop doing watch-alongs, and people just go back to, we're waiting for the Premier League season. Yeah, no, not us. Not us. Once the World Cup finishes, July the 19th, World Cup finishes, July the 20th, I think Key will be live. Who's live on July the 20th? I did have a look. Yeah, no, we won't be live on July the 20th because it's Boston Legacy against Washington Spirit in the Women's Super League in the US. And that's a midnight kickoff, so no, I won't be going live then. But there is games. There is games coming up in after the World Cup finishes, and it's like Champions League qualifiers. When is the Champions League qualifiers, actually? Champions League 26-27. Qualifying rounds. What dates are they? 16th of June, 17th of June, 1st. Ah, there you go. 21st and 22nd of July. We've got the first legs of the second qualifying round from the Champions League. 17th of June. Go on, what's going on then? Oh, Red Star Belgrade are in it. Dynamo Zagreb. Hearts. Sturm Graz are playing Hearts on the 21st of July. That's what we're watching. 21st of July, Sturm Graz against Hearts of Midlothian. We'll be there for it. 2 days after the World Cup final. Sweden. Edge of the box. Bergvall clears it away. Jason Fritz says, with the US win against Australia yesterday, I'm on a strict kangaroo-only diet. Do you know what a collective noun for a group of kangaroos is? A mob. Sometimes a troop of kangaroos as well is called. So honestly, it's mad. I was looking at the collective nouns for animals the other day because my little girl was asking about them. Do you know what a collective noun for a group of pandas is? An embarrassment. There's a parliament of owls, a murder of crows, and an embarrassment of pandas. And a scurry of squirrels. And a crash of rhinos. There you go, full time anyway. Didn't think we'd be talking about collective nouns at the end of this live. Netherlands have won quite comprehensively, 5-1. Unbelievable stuff, that. Great game, really enjoyable game, and we move on now to Germany against the Ivory Coast. Should be a fascinating watch as well. If it's anywhere close to this one, should be a great watch. I'll be back in about 45 minutes. Hopefully you'll all join me for it. If you haven't already, please do hit like, hit subscribe. I will be back in 45 minutes for Germany versus Ivory Coast. Florian Wirtz against Jan Diamand. The Liverpool derby. Germany, Ivory Coast. See you all soon. Ta-da.